Oh, yeah.
What's up, y'all? This video is for you travelers, nursing and otherwise. In fact, the next 3 to 4 of my videos is going to be a travel nursing kind of series. So I'm going to focus on several cities that I've been to. I'm going to talk about like little hidden gems, things that I think you would really enjoy, restaurants, hiking, all kinds of different things that I think you wouldn't get from a simple Google search. But today's video is going to talk about how the heck do I meet new people when I go to a new city, especially if you're far away from friends, family. You drop in a new city, you're kind of looking around your room being like, okay, what do I do now?
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. So that way you can follow this whole like traveler series that I'm going to be doing for the next 4 to 5 videos. And again, this is not nursing exclusive. This is for all of y'all travelers. So come on. So the first tip that I have is a little bit weird. I always told you there's always going to be a little bit of a weird tip in every one of my videos. And the first tip is get good at being alone sometimes. Hold up, Kanika. You're going to start a video about how to meet new people with the tip of don't meet new people?
Why?
Hang on. There is a method to my madness. So whenever you get to a new place, you have this unique opportunity to explore things on your terms, on your time. You want to wake up at 5 a.m., go for a hike? Go do it. You don't have to wait for anyone. You want to eat a breakfast burrito at 7 p.m.? If you can find a place that will give you a breakfast burrito at 7 p.m., go do it. So yeah, this is something that I really struggled with because I have grown up within pretty much a 25-mile radius of my own home till I was 25 years old. And even then, I hadn't really traveled a whole lot. So when I got to a new city as a traveler, it really, for the first time, I kind of had to rely on myself and do things for myself, like completely on my own, at least for a little while until I sort of developed my own little circle. And it's very empowering to do things on your own and to see things completely from your own perspective. So I highly recommend doing a little bit of that when you're in a new place. So now on to the tips of actually, how do I actually meet physical other beings? Kanika, give me some of those tips, like while I'm actually here for this video. So I'm just going to talk about 2 apps that have been very helpful. One is something that I could be the poster child for, like Meetup, call me. This is your face. I am the biggest champion of Meetup. I think it's just the most awesome app. I've met 2 to 3 of actually like people who I consider soulmates on this journey of life. Oh, we just got real deep all of a sudden. But yeah, truly, I've met people who I don't just consider like hang out for lunch kind of friends, like people who I feel like I really connect with deeply and I feel like I'm going to be friends with forever. For any of you who are not familiar with Meetup, really simple little app where you can meet other people based on similar interests. They have all kinds of groups that organize events, things like language, culture. Some of them are just like really simple social, let's hang out at this brewery. Some of them are hiking, some of them are fitness, some of them are book clubs. Truly, almost anything you could think of, there's probably a meetup group for it. And if there isn't, you can probably find some group that you would have some level of interest in. My one tip with Meetup, though, I find is that if I go to a social meetup where it's just like let's hang out with random people at a bar or a club, sometimes you can meet interesting people and have a good connection, good conversations. Generally, I find that that's not the case. I feel like you kind of go through the, hey, my name is Kanika, I'm a nurse, I do this, blah, 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 and then you kind of go to the next person and do it just over and over. I find that the meetups where I make friends that I actually hang out with outside of meetup groups is when it's geared towards some activity like hiking or tennis or Spanish or something where there's already like a common bond that people share. And there's not as much stress placed on like just communicating with each other without doing some activity. So I highly suggest just anything you're interested in, photography, whatever it may be, to find a meetup group for it, and hopefully it'll be as successful for you as it has been for me. The second group I'm going to talk about, or the second app I'm going to talk about, is actually something that I haven't used, but I've had other nursing friends use it successfully. This one is exclusive to nursing, and it's called Nurse Grid. So the way it works from my limited research and exposure to it is that you put in your schedule, and you choose who to make it public to. You can make it public to people in your own hospital, on your own unit, or I think even citywide. I think you can make it so that other people in the area can see your schedule. And what this does is if you have a couple of nursing friends that you made in your hospital, in your city, whatever the case may be, you can share the schedule with them. So let's say you have 3 friends, you're trying to meet for margaritas on Thursday. This way you don't have to sit there and try to coordinate of like, okay, Molly's off on Tuesday, Sue is off on Wednesday. This way you can see everyone's schedule if they, choose for you to be able to see their schedule. And you can be like, all right, perfect, we're all off on Friday. Let's all go bowling on Friday, or whatever the case may be. It's also just really convenient. It helps keep your schedule organized so that you don't, it's just right there for you, and you can see other people's schedules at the same time. So it just makes coordinating and getting together, specifically for nurses, it's so hard. We don't work a 9 to 5 where we know that we're typically off, after 5 o'clock in the evening on weekdays. We sometimes are working nights, days, weird hours, sometimes 8 hours, sometimes 12 hours. So this is a very useful app that I know that other people have had success with. So yeah, I'm curious if you also enjoy it. Please comment below and tell me if you do. And the final little thought I will leave you with is, whenever you put yourself out there in any kind of scenario, whether it be, you go to an event or any, new scenario that you put yourself in, there's a 50% chance that it will suck. And no doubt, I have had some experiences meeting with like new groups of people, and I was like, ooh, that was awkward. They were awkward, or I was awkward, or, the whole scenario just didn't jive. And I think initially, when I started traveling, like if I had one bad experience, it would like really put me off for a little bit, and I wouldn't try to like put myself out there again or try to go to something else. But don't let one negative, weird, off experience deter you from just going out there and trying. And also don't let one weird experience inform the way you feel about a city, or, you go to one thing and you're like, oh man, I'm not gonna like Memphis at all, like this was so weird, or I'm not gonna like, whichever other place. Just give it time, and one negative experience is just that, just one negative experience. So I hope these couple of little tips are helpful for you. Please comment below what else you do to meet people in new cities. If it doesn't help me, I really, really hope it could help someone else. And like I said, please go ahead and subscribe. I think the next place that I'm going to talk about in this series is Greenville/Clemson, like upstate South Carolina. That's home for me, a place that's very, very near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to give you all the inside, or the good stuff, the places to eat, the places to check out. I'm going to try my best to avoid places that are too touristy, unless I just feel like, no, it's touristy for a reason, like you need to check it out. So yeah, definitely, please, like I said, give me a big like if you enjoyed this video. And as always, keep it sweet and salty, my friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, me again. I just forgot to mention one little quick thing, actually 2 little quick things. The first is I'm going to put a link below for Meetup and for Nurse Grid if you want to check those out. And the second thing I forgot to tell you is that I will be dropping the videos every Thursday. So please, 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 please come hang out with me every Thursday for about 10 minutes. Okay, thank you. Bye.